Let's practice flute. Hey, solo of the month. It is day 1 of week 1 of August of the Gaubert Sonata in A major. This is a new sonata for me. I've never played it, so I'm really looking forward to learning it. And I am looking forward to doing all 3 movements, which we're going to do, or most of us are going to do, since that's what the vote turned out to be the choice. Most people voted to do all 3 movements. In the 3rd month, October, we will give an alternative to do instead of that 3rd movement in case you're burnt out by Gaubert by then. But as it's a sonata in A major, it makes a lot of sense to make sure that we play the keys that are related to it, including the A major scale, its relative minor, F sharp minor. I see on the first page of the Gaubert we have some stuff in E major, so that's worth practicing, as well as its relative minor, C sharp minor. So get comfortable with a couple of these scales with sharps. Many of us who were raised in band traditions, like I was, don't have as much experience playing in sharp key signatures, so just beef up those scales a little bit so that we feel good about it. If you are really scale hesitant, I'm a big fan of the Practice Flute Scale and Arpeggio book, which you can find through my website and get as a digital download. I'll put a link for that under here. But what I'm going to practice first today is just an A major scale in thirds, because I'm noticing all of these thirds and other intervals, and I want to make sure that I can play them smooth. So rather than my scale in thirds going and my Gaubert coming across as being kind of lumpy like that, I want to try to go as smooth as possible. So if you are using my scale book, the scales and thirds are on page 49 and 50. A major is on page 50. I'm going to try to just do one beat at a time and make it super smooth. So thinking the horizontal strokes of a paintbrush, I'm going to do an octave at a time. Doing that one again to open up my E. Keeping in mind, if we practice with tension, we learn tension, and I don't want to do that. All right, so again, brand new sonata for me. And one thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to look at measures 9 and 10 separately. So 9 and 10 look scary because there's those 8 tuplets, 10 tuplets, 7 tuplets, 14 tuplets, what the heck? But what I'm going to do is take the stems off of them, and I'm going to post on Facebook a PDF of this, where you just see the notes, but no rhythm at all. So it's going to be posted soon as the Gaubert Sonata Alternative Practice. And I have no idea how to share a screen, but I'm going to see if I can do it on this tablet. I don't see share a screen as an option on the iPad. So I'll post that later. But it's just the notes of that scale with no stems. So I'm going to practice the first measure, no stems. And when you see it this way, it's not too scary. So sorry, let me just go ahead and lean this in. See that first line there without the stems? It doesn't look quite so scary when we don't see the 30-second notes in it. Same with the second one. I'm going to play that same first line again, and I've got a 100-pound dog between me and you. I'm going to do that same run with a couple of different rhythms. comfortable and familiar with the actual muscle memory while being in a place and a mental state that's a little bit less stressed and concerned about those 30-second notes. Same thing with the next measure that has the leap up to the high G. So having a little bit of fun, getting those notes, muscle memory in my fingers. But for today, in context, I'm not going to play it. And you are welcome to leave those runs out for as long as you like. Again, I'm not getting paid for playing this suite. You're not getting paid for playing this suite, at least not through this group. So don't stress about it. Instead, measures 9 and 10, you can just play a G half note followed by an A half note. G half note followed by an A half note, which is what I'm going to do today in context of this practice. All right, so looking at the first two measures, we start with that piano A, and it's great for us to practice that really lifted, tiny airstream A. Maybe a poo, maybe a two, or maybe no tongue or articulation at all to enter as soft as we can. Measure 3, we have a C sharp, which is our most fickle note as far as intonation goes on the flute. So I'm going to switch over to my tuner app really quick and play C sharp, E sharp, C sharp with a crescendo, decrescendo feel. And of course, the pitch bend exercises and intonation exercises that we talked about in our last group class would be great to practice here. So the pitch on the A was a little bit flat. I'm just going to kind of think of coming in from above, and then the C sharp will be grounded. I'm trying those first two measures. Sometimes risks don't pay off until they're practiced a little bit more. I'm going to try that soft A a few more times. I'm going to switch back to my tuner and try D sharp, C sharp, and then a delicate C sharp up top. Sorry, I'm running out of air. It's hard because I'm having to lower the lower C sharp and then really raise the upper one. Twice in a row, love it. All right, 3 times in a row, the pitch was pretty close. Let's try it in context of the phrase again. Quarter note triplets. I love teaching quarter note triplet. So if you subdivide the triplet, each of the quarter note triplets will get 2 of the triplets. So the A will be 1 triplet, the C sharp 2 triplet, 3 trip, the D sharp lit 4, the B triplet. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to do it again. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So subdividing with my tongue. That'll be great in context. Then let's see, measure 16, A minor scale. Oh, mezzo forte. I also missed that G sharp because my mind, my brain, my eyeball saw the B flat, and so I thought, oh, there's no way there's going to be a G sharp in there. E, F sharp, G sharp, B flat, C natural, D, E, F sharp, measure 18. And then, let's see, going on, 19. The good thing about practicing the C sharp intonation and the octave C sharp intonation is at least he's doing it more than one time, so you get double the bang for our buck. All right, measure 26. We're back to that triplet, chord note triplet. That's right. And for now, we can leave that run out, but let me double check. I think it's a C sharp melodic minor scale. C sharp is the relative minor of E major. So that last run in measure 32, I believe it's just a C sharp melodic minor ascending scale. And some of you who are at home can double check me on that. Starting on the dominant. So if I start at a low C sharp, but it's starting on the dominant, or the 5th scale degree, which is that G sharp. I'm going to practice it in a couple different ways. So 12 can be divided by 2. By 3s. By 4. By 6. So that kind of makes it a little bit fun to practice getting our math teachers happy, or thinking about how we can divide into that 12. But also the C sharp melodic minor scale is a great scale to practice. And if you're not comfortable with your scales, practice flute. Scales and arpeggios. It's there for you. All right, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and turn the MyPianist Pro app on to see how the piano part sounds. I'm going to slow it down. Let's see. Let's try 56 for this first run. Metronome is on. All right, let's see. So I think those octave C sharps, I don't think it sounds bad to actually put a little space between them. So I might do that at the slower tempo I need to. Humidity is high here right now, so I'm using that as an excuse of why my breathing is strained, but also whenever I'm in these live things, I get super excited, and that just makes my breathing shallow too. So I might put a little space between those octave C sharps, which will help me raise the pitch on the octave C sharp a little bit more. I'm still not loving my entrance, so I'm going to do the first measure of the piano and just enter my A a few times, because I don't want the sound of the piano to put me in a mindset where I can't enter with that beautifully, hauntingly delicate A. So bumping the measurement up just to 60. Okay, I'm going to try it without the piano a few times. I think I will use a poo, even though I liked entering without the tone, but I'm not consistent with being on time without some kind of entrance, some kind of articulation. We know what I'm going to be doing 75 times a day for this next week is playing an A piano. I said I wasn't going to do the runs on 9 and 10. Oops, I accidentally did them. So again, G half note would work. I want to put the F on the beat because I want to make it an octuplet. Alright, so I'm going to make myself do half notes for now, and I'm going to practice those runs independently of this. But I'm going to try just a little bit faster, and I will, again, subdivide those triplets. So let's try it at 66. Just starting to feel the music a little bit more, but not increasing my tension around it or my stress around it. I'm just having fun getting to know elements of it. So technique-wise, I feel pretty good about it. I'm not sure if I played that A minor scale. I might have snuck a D sharp in that measure 16 when I did it this last time, because I was thinking about those G half notes that I didn't play. All right, so let's see what D6 feels like. That's C sharp melodic minor scale. As you are ascending the C sharp melodic minor scale, you can use your thumb B flat, and I'm absolutely going to go to do that. It becomes much easier for me if I use the thumb B flat on the A sharps going up a C sharp melodic minor scale. Let's see, I'm still not feeling great with some of those octaves because in my head I want to make the jaw shift or the mouth shift far enough that the pitch is where I want it to be, but then I feel like there's just a little too much time there. So I'm going to try 6 to 7 just a few times. All right, Matthew, you can do this. I'm going to turn the metronome off, and there is, for me, practicing, playing, and performing the 3 Ps. I'm just going to play now. I practiced a little bit, it was focused, I had goals, I had set things, I stopped and tried to correct things. Now I'm just going to let myself enjoy this music a little bit because, boy, is it gorgeous. I just adjusted the metronome to 69, no good reason why I bumped it faster. I'm still going to play half notes, but I'm not going to subdivide the triplets this time out loud. I'll be still subdividing in my mind. going to try to read that part yet, but we add a sharp. But I don't think we're in E major. I think we're in C sharp minor, or maybe. So again, E major scale and C sharp minor scale. I'm going to spend a little extra time on this week. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me while I practice tonight, this lovely Friday evening, where I think it's actually cooler outside than inside my house right now. So I'm going to open some windows. Have a great weekend.